Hello, YouTube! I broke my champagne flute, but I am here regardless to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. It's been a Housewives drought the past few months. We went a few months without any Housewives airing, and then we had all of the dud franchises airing. But we're finally getting back in action with the Real Housewives of Potomac. And cheers to that!
We good?
One of my favorite franchises, probably my favorite, even though they've had a rocky past 2 seasons, I still look forward to the Real Housewives of Potomac every year, and this year is no different. We just got the trailer drop, so I thought what better time to revisit the Real Housewives of Potomac and talk about all the cast members than just now. I'll first revisit the Housewives of the past, and then I will get into the Housewives of season 9. All the way back to season 1, we had Katie Rost on the show. She was a one and done housewife, and I regard her as one of the greatest one and done housewives of all time, up there with Noella, Carlton, and Monica. I don't understand why Katie was fired. She really brought it that first season. She was on all the girls' necks. She especially let Giselle and Robin have it at that reunion. What a reunion performance she had.
Dumb and dumber.
No! Those girls were trying to tell Katie what she was, but Katie stood firm and she maintained that I'm biracial. I am both black and white. Don't tell her what she is. It was very disrespectful from Giselle and Robin, and Katie handled it. She also had quite the personal life. That guy was something else. And I was just so sad to see Katie leave. She really was, her and Karen, they made that first season what it was. We did, however, get her back in season 4 as a friend of, and that was a very different outing from Katie. She switched up her hair and got some of the trashiest wigs you'll ever see. And she was still letting the girls have it. She especially gave it to Ashley.
I'm sorry if I said that you were dumb. Maybe I meant you're stupid. I don't know. Ciao.
So iconic. The last time we saw her in that season was that cast trip when she ran off to nowhere. And like, okay, bye Katie. That was drama. She has had a guest appearance or two since then, but she's got her own life struggles going on. I wish Katie the best if she is ever in a position where she is ready to come back to this show and she's able to maintain that. I would love to see her back. I would welcome her back with open arms, but only if Katie's ready for it. The next housewife we got rid of was Charisse, and I was glad to see her fired. I was fine with her at first, but the more I saw of Charisse, the more I did not like her. I don't think she's made for TV. I think she hides her life from the cameras. I don't think she has the most interesting personality. And most recently, she had a 2-season Friend of run where it consisted of her doing everything she could to get under Karen's skin. And why? So we really just brought you back to get at Karen, and that's all you did? I was so glad that she got fired, and I hope to never see her again. I'm sure we will see her again, though, because we know that Charisse likes to hunt down the cameras. Even though the cameras like to cut her out, I still can't believe they brought her back at all. Why? She was hunting down the cameras for years, and they paid her dust. Why all of a sudden are we bringing her back? Whatever, she's gone. I'm so glad she's gone. Bye, good riddance. Next, we have Monique, and this is quite the hot topic. Monique most infamously had a physical altercation with Candace in season 5. I liked Monique in season 2 through season 4. Season 5 of Real Housewives of Potomac, it's a season I do not enjoy overall. And I will say I took the Karen stance in that season where I'm not picking a side between the two of you. I can't. Monique should have never brought it to a physical point. Candace had some fault in the situation, but Monique was dead wrong for what she did. One thing I will not take away from Monique, though, is she went out with a bang at that reunion, that binder moment, one of the most iconic moments in Housewives history. I'm not a fan of Monique nowadays, though. I watched a bit of Love and Marriage DC, and that definitely made me lose interest in seeing Monique ever again on TV. So, yeah, bye, Monique. You're in the past. And that was the last real firing until this recent season, where 3 of the girls are gone now. First is Nneka, one of the worst one and done housewives of all time. She did nothing but torment Wendy, and I feel really terrible for what she brought up for the Nigerian community. I'm glad she's gone. I hope to never see her again. It was a terrible casting choice to begin with. They should not have brought somebody on just to get at Wendy. It's just totally terrible, terrible casting decision, and that's why the show got a refresh this season, because they made such terrible casting choices. Next is Robin. I was so glad that she was fired. If you want to hear my thoughts on Robin, you could go catch my Traders video, because they put her on that show for some reason, and I'm not happy about it. I despise Robin. I think she's a terrible housewife. I don't know how she lasted as long as she did, but she's gone now, thank goodness. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but she's Giselle's sidekick. That's all she's ever good for. And it's really pathetic that she would constantly come at the other girls all the while she is hiding a big cheater under her house. Such an embarrassment, Robin is. I'm so glad she's gone. Everything about Robin just infuriates me. I do not like her. I'm ready for this new chapter without Robin. Thank goodness. You don't get to stay just because you're an OG. I think she lasted longer than she needed to because she was an OG. No, your OG status does not count for anything, Robin, because you've not brought in anything in all of your seasons besides lies and lapdog behavior. And then last but certainly not least, Candace is off the show too. I was a fan of Candace from her first season. She had some immaturity, which is understandable when you see her mother, Mama Dorothy. I'll probably miss Mama Dorothy more than I will Candace. What an entertaining person she is. But Candace, she was a great addition to the show. She had a compelling personal storyline. She's a compelling character. They were really putting her through the ringer on her last 2 seasons. And honestly, I think she was checked out in her last season. I don't think she really wanted to be there. There was still some Candace spark here and there, but I'm happy for her to move on to bigger and better things. She's pregnant right now. Recently, there was the reveal that she's having a boy. I'm so excited for her. I will follow her on social media to see that journey. I would love to see her back on the show eventually, but now it's just not the right time for her. She needed to get removed from that toxic environment. And I hope everything goes well for Candace. If she's ever ready to return to the show, I would welcome that with open arms. Now, that's enough of the past. We are into the present of Potomac, and I'll start with the new housewives. We have an extremely new face in Stacy. She left quite a splash on that trailer. It seems like she's going to be pretty active throughout the season. That's a good sign. It seems like she had more going on than Nneka did, so that's an improvement at least. It seems like she is gonna be Team Karen, so I'll tend to side with whoever is cool with Karen. What can I say? I'm ready to see what she brings, but the more exciting of the 2 new flute holders is Kiarna. I saw Kiarna last season, and as soon as she started getting screen time, I said, oh, there is something here. Kiarna, I was a fan of her in all her scenes last season. Everybody I was talking to, I was telling them, we need to see more Kiarna. I need to see more Kiarna. There is something here. She has such a great personality. She was such a breath of fresh air. She really brought new energy into the group. And I was so relieved when I heard that she got the contract last minute to come back to the season. And I am over the moon excited that she got a flute. She is going to be a full-time housewife this season, and I know she's going to kill it. She was already delivering that trailer. I can't wait to see a full season of Kiarna getting to shine in all her glory without the drama of last season looming over her. I think Kiarna is going to be a fantastic housewife, and I will be here to support her. I try not to pick favorites preseason, but Kiarna, I'm going to be a Kiarna fan. I will be supporting Kiarna this whole season. I can already tell you as much. And I can't wait to see her let Ashley have it. Because even though we're trying to leave the darkness from last season behind, we still got Ashley here, and Ashley needs to be handled. And I'm glad that Kiarna is not letting her get away with the slick mess that she's already trying in the trailer. Team Kiarna, I'm here to support Kiarna. Love her. I can't wait to see what she does. And also, she's the fashion girl. What a fashion icon Kiarna is. I can't wait to see all of her looks. She's gonna kill it. Love Kiarna, love her. Okay, now to the returning cast members. I'll start with Giselle. This is an evil woman. Pure evil. I don't want to see her at all, really. I knew it was probably gonna happen, so I'll make do. But I'm not excited to see Giselle returning. I'm sure she's gonna be back up to her old same tricks. No matter how they try to repackage Giselle, a tiger doesn't change its stripes. Giselle is always gonna be an evil woman looking to tear down anybody who she's threatened by. We know she got the order behind the scenes to make up with Wendy, so we see that going. I hope that Wendy gets what she wants out of that. And I'm glad I don't have to see them feuding again, because that was the most ridiculous feud I've ever seen, and Giselle had no justifiable reason to have that feud in the first place, but that's Giselle for you. I do not like Giselle. I will never be Team Giselle. There's also Ashley. Why is Ashley here? I understand why Giselle's here. Why is Ashley here? We don't need Ashley. Why? How? How has Ashley lasted this long? She has not provided anything to the show since season 5. In the past 2 seasons now, she's had a fake divorce storyline that I'm sure we're gonna get more of this season. I don't buy anything that comes out of her mouth. She's a proven liar. She's just there to stir up mess and deflect from her own life. She's truly a pathetic individual. I just can't. I'm not gonna give her the attention she wants. I'll move on to Karen Huger. Karen, through all the seasons past, she's always been my favorite. I adore Karen. She is so funny. I love her character. I love how she presents herself. I love how she rallies the group at every turn, even though some of the girls do not deserve her good graces. Karen always does her best to keep the group together. But I think this is going to be a really rough season for Karen. She had the DUI, and I'll have to stay consistent with how I've treated Shannon. I do not support any drunk driving. And it's a shame that Karen has taken that road. I will give her some grace to see how she handles herself, and I will give her the benefit of the doubt, because I can't really turn against Karen. There are so many evil women on this cast, so I'm gonna have to side with Karen a bit and give her a bit more grace. Maybe that makes me a bit hypocritical, but I don't care. I'll be a hypocrite, but I am going to support Karen. She is great for my TV. I hope that she does handle herself well with this DUI. I will be watching that. She definitely needs to present herself properly. And I have confidence that Karen will handle herself better than Shannon has handled herself. I can say that much. It looks like it's going to be another season of everything revolving around Karen, because these girls are obsessed. They know Karen is the one that gets them attention, so they go for her. But Karen fights back. And I'm sure Karen, despite her giving them some ammunition I wish she never gave them, but I'm sure that Karen will not let these girls get at her easily. I'm pulling for Karen. You got a rough season ahead of you, but I am confident that Karen will work her way out of this situation, and I will come out of the season still supporting Karen. Go Karen, come on, you can do it. Next is Wendy, and I have long been a Wendy fan. I think Wendy brought legitimacy to Potomac. She's in the political sphere. She took Potomac from just being these random girls to like, oh, no, these girls are worth something. And I will give Wendy the credit for that. Wendy is very classy and she's not lost that in the show despite being surrounded by Ashley Darby types who are as trashy as could be. I know everybody loves to say that Wendy has lost herself on the show. I don't think so. Wendy, she got her plastic surgery after she had her children. That's totally respectable. Hey, maybe she was feeling herself. She looks gorgeous. She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. So I'd be feeling myself too if I looked like Wendy. Hello. And they're always trying to paint some narrative against Wendy. It's just like, I'm not buying what you're selling. I'm glad that we have gotten rid of the people who made their whole life revolve around Wendy, and I'm glad that it seems her and Giselle are going to be civil, at least. I'm sure they're going to try to sell some friendship, but please. Wendy's never going to fully trust her again, no matter what we're seeing on TV. It looks like Wendy's going to have a fun season, and I'm so happy for her. I can't wait to see her get to let loose and have fun with the girls instead of constantly having to be on edge. I know Wendy has a fun side in her. We've seen glimpses of it, and I'm ready for it to be on full display this season. I am very concerned about this Karen and Wendy drama. I know they're cool now, so it's like, why are we even showing this in the trailer if we know they're just gonna make up? I hope it's not some big deal. I don't want to see them feud again. I like their friendship. But besides that, I'm really happy Wendy's back, and I think we're gonna see a great season ahead for Wendy. Last but certainly not least is Mia, and Mia's life is just a hot mess. She managed to get both her ex and her new man to film together. That's going to be entertaining. But it looks like Mia is going at Karen this season, and that's going to be her storyline. Okay, I hope you've got some other stuff going on in the group, because anybody who just goes after Karen is going to lose my support. I do like Mia, up to this point at least. She's had her issues. I am never fully team Mia because she's a mess. She's a wild card, but you need a wild card on a show like this. I feel like they're trying to push a Karen, Wendy, Mia new big three. That's the vibe I got from this trailer. I'm cool with that. In season 6, that was like my dream team. Those were my favorites. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm cool with this. I like that direction, but I'm most curious how Mia will handle herself now that she is somewhat of a fan favorite, I would say. And I mean, she's center of the cast photo, so Bravo's definitely putting some stock behind Mia. I'm curious if she's able to handle the pressure that's being put on her to provide. I think she'll do fine. I'm a little concerned though, because if she just comes at Karen all season, I'm gonna get sick of that. But we'll see. I'm excited. We got 2 slackers that I need to be gone soon. But besides that, we've got 5 girls who could all be pretty good this season. I'm very excited. We do have friend ofs, Jassy and returning Jacqueline. They weren't really in the trailer at all. I'm not excited for either of them, but hey, shout out. But I will say, going into the season, I am definitely most rooting for Karen, Kiana, and Wendy. Those are my girls. I love them. I hope they do well. I can't wait for the Real Housewives of Potomac to be back. I've been missing some good housewives in my life. Real Housewives of Orange County, it's been solid, but I won't feel complete until Potomac is back on air. I will be covering the Real Housewives of Potomac in my reality TV roundups moving forward. But I wanted to give it its own time to shine here on their trailer day. I wore my green. I got my champagne flute. So until next time, bye.